That was President Biden speaking on the Israel-Hamas ceasefire agreement just now, updating the nation, although leaving some questions out there. Eamon Javers here to wrap the key takeaways for us. Eamon?
Kelly, the president outlined a three-stage process that's now been agreed to by Israel and Hamas. And part one of that process is a 6-week period of time in which they're going to work out the release of some of the early stages of hostages, including, he said, the elderly, women, anybody who's wounded, and also any American hostages be released in that first phase. Phase two is going to be the release of remaining living hostages, including male soldiers. And then in phase three, the president referred to a major reconstruction of Gaza, which has been absolutely devastated in the wake of Israel's invasion there in response to the October 7th terrorist attack. So all of that taken into place, the president suggested, sets a roadmap now for peace and development in the region, even though this is just a ceasefire deal. This was a President Biden who's clearly optimistic about the future in the region in the wake of this nearly year-long negotiation. The president saying that this is an agreement that he put forward last year, and he says that as he prepares to leave office, America's friends are strong and its enemies are weak. The president there also referring vaguely to the incoming Trump team, suggesting that he worked closely with the Trump team on negotiating the final details here, guys. So we'll wait and see the final details in terms of who's released, how many people are still alive to be released, and when all that will happen.
And again, first, the news of the ceasefire is the news. That is the good news. That is the peace. That is what we have been waiting for, and that should be the key takeaway, and hopefully it is. But this also being the United States, Eamon, at a time of transition, you know where I'm going with this. Kelly and I were kind of looking at each other. It appears, at least on this side of the camera, that both administrations are trying to take part or some or all credit for what happened. You heard the final question there yelled by a reporter, something, I think it was, Kelly, who do we take more of this to, you or Trump?
He said, do you think that Trump's team is taking credit for that? Do they deserve it or something? And he just said,
is this a joke?
Is this a joke? Yeah.
Is this a joke? And Biden did say they were working as one with the Trump team. Is there any way to sort of tell me if it's correct that both parties, both administrations do appear to be taking credit for this?
Yeah, absolutely. Brian, you know the old saying, victory has 1,000 fathers and defeat is an orphan. I think that's what's playing out here. I mean, this is a very good thing for the United States, very good thing for Israel. This is a ceasefire that's largely on Israel's terms because of the decimation of Hamas that happened in Israel's military response, which, as you heard President Biden say, was backed by American military power and aid. But clearly, both the outgoing and the incoming administration are trying to take credit for this. Former and future President Trump put out a statement on social media a short time ago saying this would never have happened if I wasn't elected. You just heard President Biden there saying this is the exact deal that I put on the table months and months ago. The Trump team came in late and we worked together with each other. I mean, that's the nature of these things, Brian. When there is a big win, a lot of people are going to say they're responsible for it, and that's what's happening here.